How's it going, guys? PepperBeef's here. Hope you guys are doing alright. So, this is a kind of a small vlog-ish kind of video about people who don't know why my win rate is below 50%. Well, because people ask that because I put so many videos up where I win a lot, and clearly, I have some level of competency when it comes to Tekken. I've gotten compliments from good players, etc., and I've competed it fairly well in tournaments. Never been top 8 or anything like that, but I've done pretty well in Tekken. And so people wonder, like, oh, why is your win rate so bad online if you're so good? Well, I'll explain that right now. Okay, so when I first started playing Tekken was not my first fighting game. My first fighting game was Tekken 3 all the way in. I mean, it doesn't sound right, but first time I ever played a fighting game was in Tekken 3 all the way back in 1998 or whatever. And then I played Tekken 4, I played the entire Soul Calibur series, and then when I got to a mature age, I suppose, I started playing Soul Calibur 4, and I got into it competitively. So that's when I really started to understand how fighting games work, and I joined the FGC. There's no initiation process, but it happened. And then I moved to Marvel, and then I played Marvel for about a year. Then I was like, hey, Tekken Tag 2's coming out, it's a new game. Maybe I could play it, maybe I could become good with it, maybe I can make this my main game. So I was like, sure, that sounds like a great idea to me. So when I bought Tekken Tag 2, I was watching pretty much everything from Rip's channel, Level Up Your Game, Avoiding the Puddle, anything I could find on how to become better at Tekken, I watched from Rip and Aris and etc. And thanks guys for those. That they were the best in that department. Also Iron Fist Law. I got a shout out to him, who also inspired me to play Tekken with his Law combo videos. But anyways, so when I first started playing Tekken, I was really bad. I don't have local competition. Tekken is not a very popular fighting game in the United States. There is competition over if I go over to Next Level Battle Circuit in or Next Level Arcade in Brooklyn, but that's about an hour trip, and they mostly do it on the weekdays. And so it's really impractical for me to go over there. And consider it's not something really I prioritize. So without local competition, all I had was online. So all I did was play a lot of online before really going to training mode, so I can get a feel for the game. Like, you can practice the game in training mode, but honestly, having like live competition or live people to play against is a lot better than staying in training mode, because you keep your reflexes. That's when you get a feel for the game, a feel for the neutral, that kind of thing. So when I first started playing, I played Lei and Law because that's what I wanted to do. But I was like, wow, Lei, I don't understand how Lei works at all. I just match 3-3. That's all I do. That's all I do is match 3-3. And it took me about, I don't know, like 5-6 months to get to a level where I understood how to play the game relatively well. And in that whole time, I'm playing ranked, and I'm like, my win rate is like, I can remember it was as bad as like 13%. And I mean, like, not just like I lost like 8 games out of 9. I mean, like, I was like 40 wins out of like 350 games, something like that. It's like, I knew how to play fighting games, but I just wasn't used to Tekken. I wasn't used when you're supposed to block. I wasn't used to how to react to lows. I wasn't used to how to punish, when to go on the offense. It was a totally new game for me, and it was an overwhelming experience. But I was able to get over it, eventually. And in the time that I couldn't understand how to play Lei, I mostly took Lei to training mode. And when I played online, I mostly played Forest Law and Leo. That was my main team for a while, and then eventually around like January, because the game came out in I think September, and then by January I started playing Lei again, and that's why his number of games is less than for Martial Law. And then of course I had to get used to DSS, and that took a while, and I went through a lot of phases in Tekken where I didn't really know what the best strategy was for me or how to play my characters very well. So you could expect that my ring rate was pretty bad. Most people that I play online, I think that most of them are veterans of Tekken. They've been playing at least since Tekken 5, maybe Tekken 6 or Tekken 5, around there. The Genbus are usually people who've been playing for a very long time. So I'm fighting a lot of people who've been playing for a very long time, and that's usually why their win rate is so high. Is probably because when they first started playing Tekken, they already knew how to play. Like, I meet some people he has a lot less games than me, but they have a higher win rate. When I have a lot of games, and my win rate is kind of low. But if you think about it like this, right? My win rate is not positive. Well, then it was. Now it's positive, but it's not. It wasn't positive. But over time, I just improved, and now look at my win rate. This video that I'm showing right now is an old video, but I basically recorded that the day that I figured out that my win rate became 50%. It left 49%, whatever. And Law as well is also, like you can see here, he's one game above winning from neutral. He's actually 51%, whatever. But or 50.0001%, whatever. You know what I mean? Obviously I recorded this September 19th, and I'm already like, I'm a conqueror or a destroyer rank, and Law's win rate is now 51%. Lay's is still like 49.1%, but Lay's used to be like 8%, and now it's 49%. Like that's obvious, improvement in my game. And I think that's better than me starting off with a positive win rate, because it shows that I improved a lot. I definitely did. I learned the game. I just got a lot better at it, and that's pretty much where I stand. As you can see, Yoshimitsu, I started playing him when I already understood how to play the game better, and you can see he has a pretty solid positive win ratio, and that would have happened to me too. But I didn't know how to play the game, because on my alt account, my Smurf, obviously I have like 50 wins, 2 losses. Like that would have happened to me, but I didn't know how to play Tekken. Because cause some people question why is win rate so low, and there's the answer. I didn't know how to play Tekken at first, and I played a lot of ranked when I didn't know how to play Tekken. But I'm at the point where I'm like super good, not super good, but I'm like 30 times better than I was back then. I'm not perfect. I still haven't worked out all my kinks. I like to press buttons sometimes, but sometimes you just gotta party. But what can you do? That's it for you. I mean, Lays is still under 50%, but it's because he has 100 games or so losses more than wins. So let's say he has my Lay is 2,600 wins. He'll have 2,700 losses. But Law managed to. I mean, Marshall anyways. Marshall got above 50% a while ago. He's 51%, like I said. So yeah, that's just an explanation of my win rate and how it's improved over time, how I've improved as a player. Not in depth, but that's basically what happened. And you just learn. I know a lot of you don't think you're very good at Tekken, or you have a lot of problems, but man, just keep at it. Keep at it. I know you don't have to stay dedicated to the game. You don't have to make it a priority, but just keep playing, and you'll get better at it. That's all I have to say. So, I've been PepperBeef's Spicy. You learned something about me today, and I'll see you guys later.